What's up everybody? It's your friendly Josiah of the Hummus Power YouTube channel, and this is going to be a bit of a different video today. Something I've been wanting to do for a while is provide a bit more content like this. Obviously description, yes, there's a ton of mountain biking stuff, and obviously description says life vlog. You know, just like everyone, we all have our own trials and tribulations. I've gone through some stuff in my life and I want to share some stuff that I think about, and hopefully someone can take something from this. Now before I share this, I don't want anyone to think that I've been paid or like I'm hopping on board with some sort of like, you know, crazy philosophy type thing. You know, it's just something that I've learned I believe is important, and I'm hoping that someone can take from it and learn and apply it to their life. So I'm just sharing a bit of my opinion. These are my own. If you don't like them, that's fine. I'm not really fussed by that. But I'm gonna, you know, as the title says, like, are you happy in your job? So this is just something that, you know, that I think about. I'm gonna start it with a story. A little while ago, and we still have no second car, but a little while ago when I was still getting to and from work via the train and my bike, I remember sharing a story with a lady, and this is when I was slowly on my way out from my old job before I worked with Dan at the cafe. I'd made my decision about wanting to leave my job of 6.5 years, and this lady, I was like, how are you? And she's like, I'm well, how are you? I'm like, how's your day been? She's like, oh yeah, all right. The typical Aussie type of, you know, small talk. I'm like, how's your day been? She's like, oh, just same as all the other ones. And I thought, oh, why is that? She's like, oh, you know, just working at the train station, been here for 20 years. It gets a bit boring sometimes. I'm like, why don't you change? She's like, oh, the benefits are good. You know, it's good pay. Now, I also want to say that if you are invested and have a really good relationship with your management team, and they're on the same, which I think is important, that you have a good relationship with your management team and they're on the same wavelength as you and where you want to go in your career, that's fantastic. But this is kind of not what I'm aiming it at. Also, it's not bad if you can tolerate some things and you're able to go home and leave, you know, baggage and bad stuff at work, just turn up, do your job, go home. But this lady, she said, oh, I've been here for 20 years, it gets a bit boring sometimes. I'm like, why don't you change? She's like, oh, benefits are good. Like I said, benefits are good. You know, they pay me well. If I work for another 10 years, this, that, and the other thing, I'm gonna get this. And I was like, are you happy? She's like, no, I hate it. And I'm like, why would you stay? Why would you stay if you hate it? What's the point of staying in it? And she's just like, oh, you know, well, because I was like, is it worth the money? You've already got 2 years, you know, 2 lots of long service. You're past the 20-year mark. You're probably gonna get benefits out of it anyway. Why don't you just go and do something else that applies better to your family and your life? And she's like, oh, I never really thought about it like that. I'm like, well, you should, because remember, I said to her, you don't have to be loyal to these people. You don't have to be. It's okay for you to look after your personal and mental health and your family. Go and do another job. It's that simple. There's so much work out there, and I'm sure you've got enough life experience and skills to go and do another thing. And she's like, yeah, look, I'm not thinking about it one day, but no, I'm just gonna keep trucking for now. I was like, no problems, you have a beautiful day. I just want to share my thoughts with you. I hope that's okay. And she's like, yeah, no worries, I appreciate it. Have a good one. And that was the end of that. I think I saw her maybe one more time after that. But honestly, I came to a place in my old job I was quite bitter and upset, and it was causing problems for me mentally. It was causing problems for my family. I was still able to do my job, things like that, but I just, you know, people said, oh, why don't you do something about it? And when the time came, I made that move and I did something about it, because I'd finally realized that there was no point staying there just to get a check. There was no point staying there just to, you know, have a wage. Like, you can get a wage anywhere. Please, if you're watching this and you're going through some stuff at work that makes you unhappy, don't stay there. There's so many jobs out there. I talk to so many employers that, like, they're struggling to get staff in this current climate. If you need a particular skill, there's ways of studying in this country where you can get help and assistance with that, or you can go and learn that assistance yourself through there's so much information out there. You can go and upskill yourself, you know, without even going to a university or a college or anything like that. Don't stay in there if when you leave work, every time you go home, you're getting more and more depressed, you're getting more and more unhappy, and ultimately it's affecting you, yourself, your mental health, and the other people around you. You don't have to stay. You do not have to stay. You don't owe anything to that employer. You need, which I have found, you know, working with Dan. Fortunately, like you've seen in all my videos, I work with Dan, or I may have mentioned it, at his cafe. I finish at 2:15. I ride to and from work. I start at 6 in the, you know, around 6 in the morning. He's flexible because he knows I have a family that come first. My wife and kids come first, and if I need to look after them, we sort the hours out. We do what we need to do. If I have to do it short notice, long notice, whatever it is, long notice, whatever it is, he makes it work. And I'm very, very blessed and lucky to have that in my employer, who has no gripe when I say I can't make it, even if it's on short notice, because he knows where my priorities lay. If you really, really despise what you're doing and long-term you can see it's gonna cause bitterness, you don't have to stay. They think, oh, well, it's just because I don't know if I can. You can get another job. You have the skills to get another job. You have the strengths as a human, as a capable person to go and do anything that you want to do. I have no doubt. There is no reason for you to stay if you are super, super unhappy. If you're just like, oh man, I hate my job at Macca's, don't do Macca's. Ultimately, this is like a bit of a harsh part of it. That frustration comes down to you, because you have chosen to stay in that job, and I chose to stay in that job as long as I did. But when I made the decision to leave, I knew it was just a matter of time before the right opportunity came about. Take care of yourself and your mental health. I actually, because of the pressure that I was putting myself through, running, you know, working full time, having the 2 kids, wife, trying to do anything extracurricular. I also had a business at the time. I had a panic attack in public, and my mental health majorly declined after that point, instead of going to get another job, which worked better for my family and allowed me to breathe in here. You don't have to find the thing that you truly want to do in life, even though that is something, you know, very special, and there's nothing wrong in chasing that. But you can go to any job that you want to, you know, if you fit the prerequisites, etc., etc. You can go to any job you want to and find something that fits your life and gives you the money that you need to, you know, live your life and pay for the things you need to pay for. Like, I can't urge you enough that you need to take care of this and your heart, because bitterness and anxiety is a terrible, terrible thing, and I do not wish it upon anyone. If you have an opportunity to make a change, please make a change. You are capable and you can do it. And I hope, you know, you're encouraged by this, or you took something from this yarn. But that's all from me. If you want to talk about it, shoot me a message. I can get your email. We can start a chain. If not, that's fine. If you want to have a yarn in the comments, cool. But it's about time that, you know, workplaces, I believe, started to take a much more holistic approach towards their workers, to allow things to fit their life better, so they are mentally more happy and they don't end up in a situation like I was in. I hope you take something positive from this. I hope you take something fun from this. I hope you can maybe even have a laugh. But that's it from me. Peace out. Love to all. God bless.